Okay, this is the massive Museum of Anthropology and Archaeology in Mexico City. And what we're looking at here is the Aztec culture. So the Aztec culture, of course, dominated what we call Mexico City now. And their ancient land was called Tenochtitlan, which means the land of prophecy. Tomorrow we're going to see the Teotihuacan, which is outside of Mexico City. Here's a very impressive giant statue made of very hard basalt stone. This is probably 20 tons. So whether the Aztecs actually quarried it or whether they found it and then recycled it is unknown. Let's have a quick little look at the scale model. So there you have the Temple of the Moon. Then the Temple of the Sun. And at the end, the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. And as we'll see tomorrow, the form of construction of this temple is completely different than these. And we'll see examples of stone here at the Temple of Quetzalcoatl. That part of it was done using lost ancient high technology. So that's what we're kind of looking for here in Mexico over the next 10 days, is respect for the Olmec, Toltec, Maya, and Aztec civilizations, but also looking for examples, which I was able to film today, of artifacts that could only have been made using some form of advanced technology. Interesting, almost perfect circular hole in this piece of jade. Another interesting artifact. Seems to have been drilled out. These people had no form of metal technology whatsoever. So it could be that some of these artifacts are actually recycled from older, more advanced cultures. So we hold this tour once a year, usually January or February. If you want to see more about tours like this, please go to hiddenincatours.com. Map of the ancient cultures of Mexico. On our tour, we'll be going through the area of Mexico City and then down into Oaxaca and then over to the Gulf of Mexico. So one of the finest museums in the world by far. There's a quick look into the Toltec section. These giant pieces of stone are from the ancient ball game that was practiced by the Maya and also the Olmec before them. So here's the Aztec section. And the famous Aztec calendar, which we can go have a quick look at. So some people say the Aztec had no concept of the wheel, so what do you think this thing is? Clearly it's wheel-shaped. So here's the world-famous sun calendar. And since we have a good signal, why don't we just continue walking along? Of course, a lot of snake symbols, a lot of jaguar symbols, quite a few eagle symbols. Here's some fascinating artifacts. These spool-like things are made out of obsidian, which is volcanic glass, and you can see they're made of one piece and they're perfectly designed. These could be examples of lost ancient high technology. These probably had to have been made on lathes. And then here, these two. Again, you see these spool-shaped objects. These are made of quartz crystal. So how could they have been done by hand? Okay, I'm going to stop this transmission now, and then I'll come back in about 10 minutes with another section of the museum to look at.